Okay, we're here at 1021 Matilija Road here in Glendale. And we started running our camera from a 3-inch cleaner located here where the pipe exits the guest house. Now, just bear in mind, we cannot check every pipe in the house. There's also a main house as well, where we saw another clean out kind of in the basement where we'll run our camera from. Now, running the camera from over here, we've got out about 105 feet where we know for sure the main house ties into this because we've ran the toilet and flushed the toilet. Now, bear in mind, this is an old cast iron pipe. The house was built in 1921, probably the original pipe. But with my experience and my opinion, piping that was manufactured in the 1920s cast iron can last a very long time. The thing is, with a cast iron pipe, it does have a tendency to rust inside, but you can always descale it with running a cable and a blade through the line. That's a possibility too. You can do that. However, we're looking at the pipe. We're going to bring the camera back. Now, we cannot push it any further from this point. We're going to try from the clean out down in the main house, but you should have a clean out every 100 feet anyway. So we would probably recommend another clean out be installed 3.5 feet deep here on the side of the house under bricks that can be removed. Stones. Okay, so here we come in this cast iron pipe that, in my opinion, so far, I mean, looking at it, we're going to look at it when we come back, it looks like pretty fair condition. It does have a little bit of rust buildup in it, which shows it's like 100 years old. It looks pretty good. Now, like I did say, you can run a cable with a blade. You can descale it somewhat. But in my opinion, so far looking at this is really not too bad. You know, we always recommend that you never flush tampons, baby wipes, paper towels, things like that. When you flush a toilet, make sure you hold the handles down. Don't just flick the handle because you need a lot of water to get all the stuff to flow downhill. This is a long way from here to the street. But looking at this pipe, looks pretty round to me. You can see it does have little rust spots in it, but it doesn't look that bad. And like I said, steel from the 1920s was really thick material and very strong material. It lasts much longer than anything from the 60s, 70s, 80s even. And remember, we cannot check every pipe in the house. We check as much as we can. It comes back to some ABS plastic over here. Possibly that's where the main house ties in. And then it comes back with ABS plastic over here. This is all in good condition. This was obviously replaced.
Another connection there, maybe something tight.
The connection, you see, we're definitely underneath the main house. It's very possible that a lot of the piping under the main house was replaced, but you'll have your general inspector crawl underneath the house. He needs to have a look and see what he can inspect, because we can only inspect from where we gain access from. So here we are. We're going to pause the recording now. We'll continue our inspection from underneath the main house. Okay, we're running the camera from the clean house downstairs. We've kind of made a whole U-turn. We come outside of the house. Now, we're going to pull the camera back. We're going to go to another cleaner we found in the basement, which will probably help us because it will eliminate a lot of turns in the line. Obviously, this cast iron is definitely getting a little old. But like I told you, piping from the 1920s was very good steel. You can see it does have a little bit more rust buildup, this pipe. And then it comes back to ABS plastic, and you see how many turns this makes. It goes in a complete U-turn. So we'll run our camera from the clean out that's underneath the house. Okay, I'm going to pause the recording now. Okay, so to let you know, we're running the camera from the clean out underneath the house. We're in 176 feet, 177 feet, which brings us all the way to the underneath the sidewalk. We cannot push the camera any further. We've run a lot of water. The water doesn't back up, but that's as far as we can push the camera. You can see the pipe here, the main line over here. It's definitely got quite significant rust buildup. So you can try to descale the pipe by installing a couple of cleanouts outside in the front yard, and then you can run a cable with a blade, because you can see this rust buildup is quite a lot over here. If that doesn't work, you're going to have to replace this pipe. Now this is probably like us going all the way into the street. Like I said, we got as far as underneath the sidewalk, about 20 feet shy of the city connection. So knowing that it's probably going all the way to the middle of the street, or it may be just a little further, you could try to descale it. Otherwise, replacement is the only other way. Because further out you get here, you can see a lot of rust buildup. So those are your options over here. Now remember, we cannot check every pipe in the house. It's impossible to do that. We've checked as much as we can from the cleanouts available to us. Just let me locate the spot over here. Okay, so there's no cleanouts over there. Possibly they're buried under the ground. We're going to keep coming back. I just want to see where this is going to turn to come into the main house. It's about over here where we got from the first time we ran the camera from the guest house. We're going to take a turn here. Okay, Alex, just hold it there. Okay, I located that spot. This is after the turn. I just want to see, coming back from here. Yeah, this is going to start coming underneath the house now. You can see it doesn't really look too bad. The worst part of it was the main line running all the way outside. Okay, so here it comes out of the clean out underneath the house. I'm going to stop the recording over here.